Hi, I'm Catherine with the Old Country Porch, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make these super cute burlap table runners for St. Patrick's Day. I used to sell these, but I only sell the burlap pillows now, so I thought that I'd show you how easy it is to make these runners for yourself. But before we get started, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any new videos. So first you need a piece of burlap. The tighter woven burlap works best. I'm using the same burlap I used for my pillows, so I'm just going to make mine 60 inches by 14 inches. But you can make these any length and width that you want. You can even use this method to make placemats. You want to cut the ends off and then fray the edges. I like to use a needle to help unravel the strings. Only do a couple at a time because they can get tangled and snag the fabric. I like to make the edges about 1/2 inch, but you can make them as thick or as thin as you want. If the burlap rows aren't straight, which is pretty common, just stop pulling the string when you get to the size you need, then cut off the extra string. It's a little extra work, but worth it to get nice even edges. For the clovers, I used a piece of freezer paper and my Cricut machine to make 3 different size clovers. Just space them so you have a little space on all 4 sides. Then cut them out and arrange them where you want them to be. If you don't have a Cricut or cutting machine, don't worry, you can make these templates using cardstock, and I'll show you how in just a minute. Once you have all your clovers placed where you want them, take an iron and lightly iron the freezer paper to the burlap. You don't want to go crazy with the iron, just a little heat for a few seconds is all it takes. You can make your own template using cardstock and an X-Acto knife. You just need to cut out one size for each clover you want. They work just as well as a freezer paper, but there's one little extra step with the cardstock template, which I'll show you as soon as we start painting. Before you start painting, you want to put something down under your runner because the paint will bleed through. I'm using freezer paper sheets, but you can use newspaper or paper towels. Next, I put some paint on a piece of cardstock. A paper plate works good too. Then using these little sponge brushes, you just want to get enough paint to cover the surface. Make sure you blot off any extra paint before using it on the burlap. Then you can start blotting the paint where you want it. If you don't get the excess paint off of the sponge, it can cause the paint to bleed outside the template lines. So you want to make sure that you blot off any extra paint. If you're using the cardstock template, they work exactly the same way, except for that you use the same template over and over again. But after you paint one clover, you'll have a little paint on the back of your template. You'll want to wipe this off with a paper towel between each clover. If you don't, it will transfer back onto the fabric and your edges will be messy. I'm using 3 different shades of green for my runner, but you can use as many or as few as you want. And this is how much paint bleeds through the burlap, so you definitely want to have something under your project. Then you just want to let this dry for a few hours, and when it's fully dry, it's ready to use. I love how easy these are to customize the size, color, and design to exactly what you're needing. They're so fun to make, and they are the perfect St. Patrick's Day table decoration. I also love crafts like this because you can use this table runner year after year, and I hope you try this one out for yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.